Satellite Radio. Anthony Cumia is here. Is that how you say your name last time?
Yeah, that's it.
I know his Anthony.
I grew up with that Cumia or Cumia. I'm like, I don't care.
You don't know, you don't care. We just did an event with you and Opie and Imus.
Imus.
Yeah, it was fun.
On Imus. We sat there and talked with Imus. Imus interviewed us, and I was like, why are we even here?
And Opie said he's going to come on the program. We're going to...
Yeah, he actually fessed up and said he's finally going to come on and do your show.
I'm very happy.
Please don't hold your breath.
Oh,
you
really?
might suffocate.
Oh, boy.
We'll see.
The House votes to defund NPR. Finally. Thank God. Here's Weiner, Congressman Weiner, speaking out about it.
We finally found out our problem. We discovered a target that we can all agree upon. It's these guys. This is a problem. It's Click and Clack, the Tappet brothers. We're finally getting rid of them. Thank God we solved this problem for the country. Now let's look at the record here. For one, they talk in that Boston accent. Car talk? It's a car. It's a car, ladies and gentlemen. I need to call Congressman Capuano whenever they're on the air. Secondly, they talk about master cylinders and slave cylinders. It's kinky. And so I am glad my Republican friends are finally getting to the bottom of this.
All right, so last night he's on the program.
Wow.
Yeah, he says, I propose cutting $400 million. And I'm like, we accumulate $4 billion in debt a day. You can't be that dumb.
Yeah. That, first of all, what was he talking? That was like the Charlie Sheen rant. I was expecting to go, winning, duh,
yeah.
Winning. That, wow, that was really disjointed.
That was.
I don't think it was disjointed at all. I think he's making a great point, which is why are we spending our time on this? This is ridiculous.
Because we can't afford it.
Because
and they're hyper-political.
This has nothing to do with the budget. This is completely ideological.
It does so have to do with the budget.
It's a tiny, tiny, tiny little thing.
Okay, you know what? Then if it's a tiny thing, let them go public. Let them make their money off Sesame Street. And let's cut somewhere, because we're not going to have any money left, and the country's headed down the tubes.
Why don't we cut the funding for Afghanistan and bring everybody home? There's some real money.
Because that's called security, liberty, freedom, and we have Al-Qaeda, Islamic radicals.
And Al-Qaeda's not there anymore, and they're in Pakistan.
Excuse me.
So the point is, you know, why are you able to say, oh, let's spend money on Afghanistan?
You don't want to cut NPR.
But I can't.
You don't want to cut
I don't want to cut NPR. I think NPR
so
is great.
How much money are you willing to cut?
My taxpayer money has been paying for 2 wars that I don't support.
It's called freedom.
Okay, it's not called freedom. It has nothing to do with our freedom, and it's been paying for that. And if I want to have NPR paid for it, can I just have that tiny little,
all you and your liberal
bit of
friends
money?
can raise all the money and go out on the street and say, well, donate to NPR and Big Bird, and they'll donate to you.
But do you see my point, Sean? Why is it okay for all my taxpayer money, and it's vastly more money
because
going to the
wars?
Freedom
and stopping terrorism is far more important than Big Bird.
It has nothing to do with freedom.
NPR needs to be defunded. First of all, they've shown that they are ideologically driven. They always say, well, you know, we're objective. Not true, not happening. But there is a bigger issue here for Anthony Weiner, and that is that he is talking about minuscule cuts. Minuscule cuts. We need to be talking about defunding Obamacare. We need to be talking about what you've been talking about those $105 billion that's still stuck in there. Those are bigger issues, but I think every cut matters, and I don't think that NPR deserves a dime of our taxpayer money.
You know, Anthony, you live in New York. You have a popular radio show. I read in the trades you make a lot of money.
That's what they say.
All right, so you pay, as a New Yorker, nearly 55–60% of your income in taxes.
I am in.
And Anthony Weiner last night was deriding me because you want tax cuts for millionaires and billionaires. They're the ones that pay the taxes.
Yeah, exactly. I talk about that all the time on our show. And what you were saying about paying taxes and you would like your tax money to go to certain things. Unfortunately, we don't really get to make that choice because I would not choose to have my money go to NPR.
Well, yeah, but the
just
whole
like
argument,
you wouldn't choose it to go to.
But the whole argument is that Sean's saying he should make the choice.
We're 14 trillion
in
debt. Wait, 14 trillion in the debt. We got to balance our budget. What are you willing to cut besides the military?
Afghanistan. That's a lot of money. Afghanistan.
Okay,
I mean,
and when the next terrorist attack comes, because the 9/11 Commission report said they're at war with us. I met you on 9/11. That's the day I met you.
Sean,
wait a minute.
They're not
they're at war with us.
Pakistan.
Islamic radicals want to kill you.
I am quite aware of that, but they have moved, and they're not in Afghanistan.
So
and
should we invade Pakistan?
We're not winning in well, we basically have invaded Pakistan. We're doing
the
drone
one
attacks
thing
on
Obama's done right using predator drones.
We just killed 40 civilians yesterday.
I mean, NPR is not the big battle, but all these little battles count. And I love it when liberals say, well, it's only this many $billion. It's it's not the big picture. Well, guess what? You add all those numbers up and it becomes the big
You
picture.
got to take a break now. Powers, you got a Twitter follower that what wants you to throw the football.
Here we go.
Go for it.
All right, ready?
Who am I
And we'll
throwing to?
continue.
Nice.
Right.
All right, 31 days, Obama. Oh, Gaddafi's got to go. 31 days, and he's slaughtering the people that want a better life. This is the guy that blew up Americans on Pan Am Flight 103 in Lockerbie. And 31 days later, on the day that he says he's about to wipe out the rebels, oh, now the UN comes through with a resolution on a no-fly zone. Little
He
too.
was the
I thought
guy-
you liberals cared
He
about.
was the guy who did that with Lockerbie bombing when he was the same guy that George Bush established a relationship with.
Wait a minute, he's the same
So,
guy that Reagan
it's-
tried to bomb
okay,
into
but the point
smithereens.
is, Bush normalized relations with him, and we actually paid him reparations for bombing him in 1986.
No, excuse me.
So
That's not exactly what happened. No,
Yes.
what happened was he gave up his nuclear program. Any advancement of it, he said he allowed inspectors to
Right.
prove it, and as a result, as long as he's not going to have the weapons, we said fine, we will
We were
establish
friends
relations.
with him, and we sent Condoleezza Rice over and let him fawn all over her.
Okay,
and-
so
yeah, so he was
now
a
he's
monster
slaughtering
and
innocent
still a
people,
monster.
and Obama. Let's see, he's doing fundraisers, he's playing golf, he's going to Rio, and he's doing the brackets.
Look, what Obama's approach was he approached it not as a unilateral reaction, which I guess is what you wanted us to do, just fly over there. and start bombing
France
people.
and Great
No,
Britain were ready to do it
no,
the next
and
first
they-
day.
And they look. He wanted to do it through the international process. That's what he did. I think that we have to be very careful about the idea of
And
getting
people
involved
got slaughtered in the
getting
meantime
involved
while
in-
he dithered
and
with his
he-
brackets.
You never would have
You know,
known he was
that-
even.
Sean, that's unfair. Come on, it has nothing to do with his brackets, and you know that. I mean,
Okay,
that's
it's
not,
golfing.
It's not. That's not fair. I mean, the reality
right, it's
is
fundraising.
we couldn't have. Basically, you're saying we should have flown in the very first
No,
day
I'm
that it
saying
happened.
31 days gave Gaddafi time to kill a lot of people that would have made that part of the world a better, safer
But
place.
we don't even know if the no-fly zone is going to work.
Let me go to Anthony.
Well, we know that not having one doesn't work because a lot of people are getting blown to smithereens that are trying to oust Gaddafi. Also, he is late to the party. It's 31 days that he did nothing. I'm not talking about unilateral. How about taking what American presidents have done over the years, a leadership role,
Bingo.
and going, if you want to get other countries on board, the UN, call it. Say, hey, this is what we want to do. It's the president of the United States that is acting like, you know, the president of some.
That is exactly what he was doing.
He's
though.
acting like a lame duck president.
that's not what he was
that just
doing.
is
That's not true.
He's not doing anything when he should be doing so.
They have been.
And there's
working
mixed
that
messaging,
process.
unfortunately. You know, as with Egypt now, as with this, there's always mixed messaging coming from within the administration, so that people watching really have no idea where we stand. We don't know. Rogue dictators don't know. No one can really put a finger on whether or not he is going to be a strong, tough, principled leader, and typically he is not.
What do you have any problem with the golfing, the Rio trip,
Absolutely.
the fundraising, the brackets?
Absolutely.
At a time when the oil prices have never been higher, the highest food prices since 1974.
Unemployment,
Everything.
It's, you know, this guy needs to show that he's in charge and the leader and not do things. George Bush, you bring him up, he caught hell for doing things
But
during
you know
two
what?
wars.
But the thing that I would say is,
And he gave up
I
golf.
never did that. When people would pick on George Bush for going mountain biking or
Oh, when he was
whatever,
president, but you do it now when
But
he's
I'm saying,
been out of office for a
I don't
couple
think
of
it's
years.
picking on him to say that he established a relationship with Gaddafi. I mean,
Times change.
the point is, I always thought it was unfair when people did it to Bush, and I think it's unfair when people do it to Obama. People can actually take some time to golf and
The
know
world
what's
is
going on in
the
the
world
world.
seems to
And
be
it- and
burning.
he's
The
not-
economy's burning
but
up
the
here,
idea
and
that
he
he
doesn't.
hasn't been engaged isn't true.
Yes,
That's the
it
thing.
is.
Just because he's not out telling you every single day what he's doing doesn't mean we're not
He
engaged.
did a press
And
conference
what-
today.
and what
I'm
the-
almost laughing at it because
Yeah.
he's playing golf and the tsunami hadn't even receded.
But look, what their view was on this is that they did not believe that a no-fly zone would work by itself, that they wanted to talk about a more comprehensive approach
Right.
to it, and
Could
that's
have
what
done.
they
The
did.
problem is that he either doesn't speak up, or when he does, it's mixed and if not lying. When he spoke about energy, I'm sorry, but that was filled with lies, all
There
sorts
is no
of
clear
ridiculous lies about how much drilling is going on and what he's done in the name of energy. He's done nothing in the name of promoting energy development in this country, and that's the truth.
Yeah. Well, do you think he gets reelected?
I sure hope not.
The 2012 can't come. You think he gets
I don't
reelected?
see anybody who can beat him. right
You're
now.
dead. I will take that
No.
bet today.
Wow.
Any of the above.
Give me one.
Anyone.
Name
And
the person.
all the above. All the
Any
names.
person.
Jedediah.
He does not.
He
No,
does not.
Absolutely
He's Jimmy
not.
Carter on steroids, and he's weak, timid.
And we need a
I like
Ronald
Jimmy
Reagan.
Carter.
We need a Ronald
Jimmy
Reagan.
Carter's a great
All
man.
right, that's all the time we have left. Greta's next. See you tomorrow night.